All right, there it is. Okay, you'd think you'd have all this figured out by now, but no. All right, so who's here today? I see Crossbow, I see Falcon being here. All right. All right, quite a few people. How have you been doing, folks? I hope you have a good start of the year and that it's going to keep that way. And you'll have a great year. I'm streaming here from my freshly upgraded Fedora 39 distribution. Took the time to do that over the holidays, well, the Red Hat holidays. And it's apparently working as far as streaming is concerned. Looks like you're getting sound. I hope the sound is okay. And video seems to work as well, so it's all good. Well, sort of. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So what can we do today? So there are 3 things we could do today. First is the usual. Have a look at the easy fixes. Maybe pick one and fix it. I see that there has been, I think that there's been new, there's at least been one new issue that we could work on PyPI messages, which is totally not that. Huh, that's weird. I thought I had flagged it as easy fix, but apparently I didn't. Maybe that's not. Oh no, it's not in PyPI. It's not PyPI messages. It's the Koji messages thingy. Yes, this one here. I'll add it to the mix. This one is an issue that I've filed yesterday, following a report by Vit about the fact that when you're getting messages, notifications, I mean, from Koji, let's just say that you're not getting your build finished event because FMN is going to consider that as the owner of the build, you are the owner of the build finished event, and thus, unless you configure it differently, it's not going to send your own actions. And well, it's not really true because you didn't cause the build finished event, Koji did. So yeah, there's an issue about that. I'm going to add it to my short list of things to work on. Koji message, yeah, maybe not that. Why is it insisting on changing the, okay, I know why now. All right. Why do you, yes, thank you. Okay, done. Yes, so that's Koji messages on build finished events. Yeah, I'll add it to that list. But so there's that we could work on, and there's all the other issues, well-known issues that we've been looking at for a while now. Such as the PyPI messages one, but that one was kind of hard because it needs. I couldn't get the PyPI unit tests to run properly on my machine. So yeah, was kind of hard to finish that. There's an issue. There's something in Moat that we could look at about creating links from the messages, from the meeting chat text. And so that's the first thing that we could do. Look at the easy fixes, find one, fix it, the usual. There's a second thing that we could do, And the second thing would be to have a look at the new developer environment for Body that Adam has created. Adam Williamson from Quality Engineering. So he's been reworking the Body environment, developer environment. Let me show you that. At the moment, the Body environment involves starting up a Vagrant VM and linking this VM to quite a few VMs that are in tiny stage. It's kind of hard. It takes a lot of RAM because there's a lot of VMs involved. So Adam has been working on creating an alternative container-based environment. And so I'm interested in looking at that, maybe reviewing it, and we could do that together. Start it up, see if it works properly. There's a bit of text to read before that. Start it up, making sure that it works properly, that you could do some Body development on there. I think it's interesting. The Body developer environment has been quite complex for a while, so that would be a nice improvement. That's the second thing. Third thing is something else that has been reported by Vit recently, and that's something about FMN not having default rules for new users. Let me find you that. It's on FMN. So I'll make that a bit bigger. Okay. Yes, default rules for new contributors, 900. So at the moment, new contributors don't have any rules in FMN, so they don't get any notifications. It was a safe bet, a safe choice when we rewrote FMN because we didn't know if it would be sending tons of messages to everyone. So we waited for a bit more stability to come into FMN, and but it's still an issue now. And there has been some suggestions to do for new contributors. So it's been a long-standing issue, and I think we could work on that together. Like I would be looking at how we could get that working and go one step after the other, and I will try to explain everything that I do. I think it might be interesting. So that's the third option. Yeah, Vit is pretty unhappy with the current experience because he was getting messages from the old FMN, now it's been turned off. So this thing is becoming more urgent now that the old FMN has been turned off. Of course, if we've managed to find a way to create rules for new users, we would also need to find a way to create rules for all the users that haven't created their rules yet, but have been in FAS already. Okay. So I'll make a poll with all that. Question would be, what going to work on today? So option 1 would be an easy fix. Option 2 would be view the new Body dev environment. Nice. Option 3 would be, option 3 would be default rules in FMN. So okay, started. So I think the last one, getting default rules in FMN, is a bit more urgent than the other two, but it's also a bit more complex. So it's going to last more than the time that we have here. It's going to be in multiple settings, and but it might be interesting. I think it might be interesting to you to be peer programming with me for a few sessions. Hopefully it will be interesting for you. I'll try to make it interesting for you at least. Who do we have here? Yeah, there's a few people. As far as easy fixes go, they will still be useful nonetheless. Whatever happens, that's always useful. And it's more contained, so I think it makes it makes a bit of sense for a Twitch session. I'm gonna wait a couple minutes more so people can decide. So let's say at 29 past, I will close the poll. If we go with the easy fixes route, then I'll have a look at what's available. If Neil ends up joining this session as he did last time, we may want to have a look at the PyPI thing, because he's very useful. He has a lot of answers, and that will help having him around. But if not, then we are free to do what we want. Okay, what do we have? We do have a winner for now. And okay, so I think that's it. It's apparently going to be an easy fix. All right, so let's do the usual thing. Let me close that and open a new one with the fixes that that are available, I should say. So that's the usual ones. Let me make another one. So there's FMN UI, that's always there. Bugzilla to fed message schema. Okay. PyPI messages should include the diff. Okay, what else do we have? We have mote linkify. Koji messages on, I think it's build.done. Okay, and I think that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I have. Let me send that. Okay. So that's it. New things to vote on this time. So that's all the small easy fixes that I found. So yeah, feel free to vote if you have a preference. Or you can point me at something else. I'm happy to have a look at it as well. If it's more relevant or, you know. Nice, there's a new indicator in the new GNOME for desktop sharing. Well, or there was. Was there? Hopefully you can still read the screen. Yes, apparently you can. I don't know why I clicked on it because clicky, and it disappeared. Okay. So any preference you might have? Where is the poll? It's here. Okay. No votes yet. I don't know who suggested I should have a look at an easy fix, but I don't know who. I don't know who suggested I should have a look at the easy fix, but I think there was only one, but there might have been more. If you could just choose which easy fix you would prefer, that would be great. And if it's not in the list, then just send me a message. Okay. Haha, that was you. Crossbow said I voted for the easy fix. Okay, do you have any preference on the easy fix that I should have a look at, preferably? Or is it just because you prefer this form? All right. So I think that the most useful thing to work on right now would be the build finish thing in Koji. because that's probably already bugging a lot of people. So, yeah, let me show you what I mean. How should I do that? Let's have a look at the build finish event. So for that, I'm going to bring up the schema. Yep, not this one. It's not in there. So, sorry, not there. Where is it? Yes. Probably there. Schemas. Koji Fedora messaging messages. That's the one. Okay. This is the schema for Koji messages. So build state change, that's the one. So whenever there's a state change in the build, it sends this message, okay? All right, so let's look at existing build states change. So to do that, you could have a look at data grepper, but there's an easier way to do that. In the Fedora messaging documentation, yeah, not that. No. Where is it? So much. Let me go. Let me get the right one. Okay. Schema. So in the Fedora messaging documentation, there is a list of available schemas, right? Fedora messaging documentation, available schemas right here. And then you have all the apps that currently are emitting messages. We will go to Koji, and there's a build state change message. That's the one right here. And you can see history. There's a link for the history here. And that sends you to data grepper with the right filter already. So let's have a look at what we have here. There's one here. Let's have a look at the JSON. So what does it say? Blah, blah. New is one. Okay, task has a list of tasks. Task ID, URL. Okay, so I think that's a new task, probably. What's build states? That's in base. No, that's okay. Okay, I'm looking for complete here. So right. So the new state name here should be, I'm looking for those that say complete, and that's number 1. So here, that's the new is 1. The old is 0 that was built in. I think that's a good example here. I think this one is a good example. So that's the content of the message, right? And now I want to look at the notification. Actually, you know what? I'm going to get the example that was provided by Fit here for more context, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Oh, do we need to see screen? I'm sorry, I totally forgot that. So thanks. So first I should remove the, first I should remove the poll because it's obviously going to be that. Thank you. Yeah, so I have these different, views, or it's called scenes in OBS, and one of them has the screen and the other one doesn't, and I'm starting with the one that doesn't have a screen because it doesn't make sense at the beginning, and I've apparently forgotten to share the screen. Okay, let me try again. Okay, so there's something wrong here because it doesn't show the screen share. Let me try that again. Hey, can you see me again now? So, OBS is a bit crashy. Yes. Okay, it should be back to normal. I think that there was some malfunction in OBS. It crashed and cut the stream. But what I was saying before is that I have totally forgotten to share the screen, and I knew that would happen. So OBS crashed actually. Something wrong with the screen sharing somewhere. Anyway, you should be able to see my screen now. So this means that I haven't been sharing my screen for all that time. Oh, that's crazy. Anyway, thanks for reminding me, Crossbow. So here's some context. So Vitz has received a very lengthy message here. That's the wait, me. So he has received this message, this notification, right? About commit to a branch. Yeah, that's not useful. Okay, that's something unrelated. Right. Okay, let me get back to that message. So here, I think that means that the message that the build is done, right? Let me check that. I can have a look at this build. That's the build URL. Well, that's the task URL, I should say. Right. URL is here. Okay, that's the build URL. Okay, so here we see completed at 14:26. Good. And that was sent at 14:26. Okay, so that's the one. That's the message that was sent when the build was finished. At the moment, if you look at the yes, at the moment, the author of the event called agent name in Fedora in the Fedora messaging schemas. Yeah, there was already a mention that this is dangerous default. All right, so we might have to do something different here. So, yeah, that seems like a bad default, right? Because, I mean, when a build is started, it is started by someone an actual person. Well, that's likely, but not always. So owner. Actually, currently the agent name for a build finished message is the owner of the task. The owner is gotten from the body with the owner key. And the owner here is music. Okay. So let us change that. But first thing first, we assign the ticket to ourselves. Done. And now I will create a new branch. First, I'm going to sync it because it's kind of old. Okay, it's been synced and rebased. Now I'm going to create a new branch. to fix this. So new branch, and the branch is named fix dash whatever, it's 62, fix 62. Okay, I have a new branch. All right, what are my tests? Tests build. Build state change message, okay, that's my build, my example build. I'm gonna probably reuse that. So now I want to have a test build finished. Build, it's called done, or how is it called? Complete, it's called complete. So, users, I'm gonna call that users. So this is the build, okay? Old was 0, new is 1. So the build is complete, right? The owner is Spot, name is Chromium, all good. I want to check that the agent name let me assert that the new state name is that the old state name was building and the new state name is complete. Right? New state name is complete. Okay, now I'm going to do the actual test. I want to make sure that the agent test name is none. I do not want it to be Spot, but I still want to retain Spot in the usernames, in the list of users that are affected by this message. Right? That's pretty much it. So if I do that, I will make sure that so let's say I'm Spot and I want to receive messages that affect me, but I do not want to receive messages for events that I have initiated, right? So I start the build, I don't get any message because I'm the owner, I have the agent name set to my name, so it's considered to be my action. I don't get the message. But when the build finishes, then I want the agent name to be none so that FMN will not consider that it's one of my actions. And I still want to be in the usernames because I want to get them to be notified of it, right? I think that should be sufficient. Of course, that's going to break the other test right here, the existing test, because it was testing for the agent name right here. So I'm going to move that to something else probably. It's all a lot of similar text. So let me refactor that so that it's not always the same thing. Okay. Okay. For that, I can make a class level variable like a constant, but there's something better. I can do that with PyTest. I'll show you why. So the reason why it's better to do it with a fixture is because if I want to change the content of this dictionary, and it's a class, it's a constant variable in the class level variable, then I'm going to change it for all the other tests. While if I use a fixture here, I can edit it as much as I want, and it's going to rebuild the new dictionary each time there's a new test. Okay? Okay. Now, let me reuse that also for this one. It's apparently the same thing, except request is the same, instance, epoch, file-based URL. Ah, there is some difference here. Okay, so let me get this message build complete thing here, and I'm going to update it. So build, looks like the build is the same. Sorry, I'm going to, yes, I want to have both on the same screen. Can you read that? It's probably too small, no? Yeah, I'll do it a bit bigger. Right. So what do I have here? I have the same thing. Attribute. Okay, task ID. Task is none here. Okay, task is going to be different. But that's fine. I expect that. Attribute state, request, instance. All that doesn't need to be changed. Epoch, same thing. Version, same thing. Owner is the same. New is same thing. Release, creation and completion time doesn't need to be changed. File-based URL, that's different. So I'm keeping it. The task is different. I'm keeping it. Okay. All right. So now msg build complete. That should be sufficient. Okay, and now build not finished. What's different? I'm going to, oh yes, this is going to save so many keystrokes and remove so much duplication. I like it. Okay, so build ID, same. Old was none, that's different. Name, okay. Task ID, none. Task none. Attribute state. Request stays the same. Instance primary, epoch, version, new used to be 0. Okay, let's skip it. Release completion time is none. And the URL hasn't changed. Good. And now, that's much more readable, don't you think? And now I want to test my build complete user. And I'm just going to keep it as it is. Right. So now I don't want to test. Yeah, that's not body anymore. So in my base test, I don't want to test the agent name as being spot because it's supposed to be none. The thing is, I want to keep spot for build started messages, right? So here, for example, let's have a look at this one. What is it? What do I have here? Old was 0, new is 3. What's 3? Three is failed. Okay, I don't care about failed. Oh, failed should be one of those that aren't emitted by the user. Anyway, I don't want to have a failed message. Okay. Old was null, new is 0. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so let me here check the owner and the users of a build to test build new or building. Oh, it's not really clear. Test new build users. Yeah, that's the thing. Actually, I should use parameterize, but for now, let's do it this way. So here, I want to have msg build complete dot update. I want to have old should be, that's a new build, right? So new is old is null, so none, and new is 0, right? New is 0. That's a new build. Good. And for that, we want to have spot in the agent name. Right. So old state is, I don't know what the old state is. It should be null, right? Yes. Or, yes, it should be none. So old state is none, new state is building, right? Make sure that old is now 0, new is 1. I think that's correct. And that's where you test the... Okay, I think that should pass. Let's try to run the tests, okay? Oh, it doesn't get the interpreter? That's not good. Yeah, that's probably because I upgraded the distribution, so all the poetry environments are gone, or they're not gone, but they're wrong now. That's usual. It's fine. Let's say poetry on the list. It doesn't have any. Okay. Then install it. It is using poetry, right, as a build system. Yes, all good. Okay, that's installed, and now I can select my interpreter. Where is it? No. FMN. No. Oh yeah, refresh that. That's why it's cached. Where is the Koji thing? Oh, right here. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. Good, good, good. Okay, so now I want to run my tests. What environments do I have? I have Py 11. That's good. Do it. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to ask you to recreate the environment because it's probably using an old version. So the test might not work. We'll see. Yeah, some fail. So what's wrong with this? Task ID is... Ooh, maybe I made a mistake when I remove all the stuff. In test build, line 111. Okay, what was that? Did I remove the task ID? I may have done that. Sorry. What change did I make? Sorry, what change did I make? Task ID used to be something like this, okay. And did I remove that? Might have. Yes, it has task ID equal none. Okay, so, okay, let me get that. Task ID equals this copy change line 16. Thank you. Up there. Right, yeah, that's what I was missing. Task ID. Right, so at least this should be better now. What else do we have that failed? Assert port is none. Okay, yeah, of course, I didn't change anything for now, so it is normal that one fails. The new build users, though. Oh, yeah, of course, that's wrong. Yeah, that's my bad, sorry. New... The agent name is not a list. The agent name is just a string. Okay, so now if I run my tests again, there should... Oh, no. I removed the docs folder. So if I run my tests again, I think there should be only one that fails. And now that I look at my tests, I realize that there's a lot of repetition. There's a lot of repeating of the same stuff in my last two tests. See, it's basically the same thing. Only one failed. Cool. So I'm going to use parameterize. pytest.mark.parameterize. And the syntax is, oh, there's a list of arguments and then the values of the arguments, right? Okay, so I have old value. Well, old state, new state. I should actually do that in a more logical way as, well, it used to support that, but I shouldn't. Old state, new state, and agent name, and agent name. Okay, that's the values that I want those arguments to have. Okay, I want to have here. I want to have none, 0, and spot. Okay, that's for my case right here. What else do I want as values? I want to have 0, 1, 0, 1, and agent name is none. None. So test build users, right? So I want to update that with, so it's got new arguments now. It's got old state, new state, and agent name. So that's old state. That's new state, you guessed it. And I don't want to check that because I don't care anymore. I want to check that the agent name is agent name. And the username should always be spot, whatever the situation, because it always affects the owner of the message, of the owner of the event. but I don't need this one anymore. Okay? So now that I save this, I should still have one failing message. Oh no, not -r again. Anyway. It's fine. It's going to reinstall the poetry dependencies, but they are cached, so it's not too bad. Right, I still have one failed test, and that's the one about this. Okay, that's interesting. Now let me look at the build. Yeah, so in build, what are the states where I do not want to be the owner? Well, I don't want to keep the owner as the agent. Building, well, if I go to building, if my new state is building, then I guess, well, depends on what was the state before, right? If my new state, if the previous state was none, then yeah, I always want to be considered as the owner. Is that right? If the previous state was none, then I'm always considered the owner, right? If I go from none to complete, if I go from building to complete or delete, oh, deleted, really? Because when is a build becoming deleted? If the build gets cancelled, then yeah, I did the action, obviously. If the build is failed, then no. Failed or complete, it's clear that Koji did the action, not the owner. Deleted, I think that's it's like a garbage collection thing, right? Deleted. So it's always Koji that does the action. So let me first think of the different use cases that I have. So first, let me import build states, and it's going to be clearer this way. Okay, so now I have two cases. I have going from none to building. I have going from building to complete. What else do I want? I want to have, say, going from none to deleted, I suppose? Or no, that doesn't happen. Going from none to, well, can none go to anything but building? None to complete, that doesn't make sense. None to deleted, I think it only deletes a build that has complete or something. Failed or cancelled. Okay. Let's say I'm starting from building and I go, let's go for the easy path first. I'm going to failed, right? Or I go from building to cancelled, or I go from let's say I go from failed or complete to deleted, or I go from I don't know, like failed maybe to deleted. Okay? If I'm completing it or failing or cancel, that's Koji, that's not me. And if Koji decides to delete, it's still Koji, it's not me. All right, so I propose this algorithm here. The agent name okay, all this is the easy things. Instance, version, owner, old state name, blah, 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 blah. New, epoch, agent name. Okay, that's wrong. That's the wrong thing. So agent name, it's going to be, I'm going to do some tests here. If self.old equal none, is none, then, so if there was no previous states, then somebody did something, right? It can't have been Koji itself. So I'm going to return the owner. Otherwise, I'm going to return none. Is that correct? I mean, what other cases do we have? Like I could have, so let's say I have a state where, when do I want to still have the owner? So build was building, it was complete, failed. Not actually sure. It seems correct though. If a build is cancelled, it gets cancelled. Or cancelled is something that, right, cancel is something that a user does, right? Yes. When a build gets cancelled, that's here. So if my build is building and it's cancelled, then it should be the user. If the build is complete, then that's Koji. Failed, that's Koji. Cancelled, that's a user action. Deleted, I think that it's Koji. But I'm not sure. I think build being deleted is something like a garbage collection in Koji. Can you delete a build from the command line? I'm not sure. I'll keep it that way, right? So I'm going to go check the new state. If the new state is complete, failed, or deleted, then I'm going to return none. That's better. Looks like it's better. So complete, failed, and deleted. kind of annoying. Much better. Okay. Is that right? So if I'm starting from scratch, then somebody has to have done something. It's the owner. Okay, that's cool. If I'm going to complete, well, who can complete a build or fail or delete it? That's only Koji. And all the other case, I'm keeping self.owner. Okay, let's start. Let's run the test and see if that works. Yes. Okay, we have a lot of failures. Why do we have so many failures? Thought it would be okay. Right, because we didn't check the usernames, that's why. Okay. Yeah. Usernames. The usernames property is always the owner. In this case. Oops. Can the owner be none? Can I have, so owner, what's owner? Oh, it can be none. Okay, it can be none. Okay, fine. So username is going to be if self owner is not none, else none. Let's run the test again. Two failed. Assert none equals spot. Fine. So that's failed in... Oh, that didn't fail in the test that I was checking. Test build state change message. That's not the test that I was touching. Test build state change message and message with task. Yeah, of course. So I'm not checking the agent name here anymore. And I'm not checking it here as well. Okay. Let's do it again. That is much better. Much better. And I get deprecation messages. That's fine. Okay. That's much better. That means that now well, I think there's a logic to it. Unless I'm not familiar enough with Koji, which is entirely possible. But I think that it makes sense to have the owner of a build be the author only when the change hasn't been caused by Koji. So when it's completed, that's not that's not the owner, that's Koji. When it's failed, that's not the owner, that's Koji. And when it's deleted, that's Koji again. I'm not sure about the deleted thing, but I think that's still pretty correct. Okay. Okay, we have done this. We have the unit test to test it. What else do we need to do? Do we have a changelog here? It doesn't look like we do. Yeah, it doesn't look like we have a changelog here. That's fine. Let's run all the tests then. What else did we have? We had lint and format. Let's make sure that those are correct. Oh yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's better. Smart talks. See, it recreates the environment because the Python version has changed. That's good. Then I'm going to check. Yeah, because we still want to have 100% coverage, right? And that's 100. Okay, that's good. So all the cases in this switch is they are all covered. That's good. Okay, in GitHub, do we have a workflow that would let us publish easily? Yeah, not so much. We can add that afterwards. That's fine. Okay, well, I'm pretty confident that this can work. Is there a contribution guide that I should check? Probably not. Okay, good. What did we change? We have the build here. We have made the agent name property a bit smarter, and the usernames not follow the agent name directly, but just follow the owner instead. Okay, that is good. And we have the tests to cover that. I think we're pretty good. Let's add those to the changes. Oh, that's not how you do it. All right, let's add them, and let's find a message now. So, oh no, what did I do? Yeah, it's asked me for the commit message. That is nice of it. So the not initiated by the owner. Fixes number 62. Okay. Now I'm going to push it. Push fork. The reason I'm pushing it to fork is because I want to make a pull request, obviously. So I'm pushing it to my fork, and now GitHub helpfully tells me that I should create a pull request using this URL. Fix is 62. Is it correct? It looks correct. Looks all good. Let's create it. I see some familiar names in the chat. Hello, hello. All right, so it's going to run now and build the RPM and all that, just for testing, of course. But I would like to add something to build to send the changes to PyPI automatically. And there are ways to do that. Okay, but to show you that, I will probably need to look at, let's say, what can I add there? Fedora messaging, maybe? .github, workflows, main. Okay, so here my workflow here in Fedora messaging does not include it. Bad example. FMN, maybe it has it. Nah, it doesn't. Okay, who has it? Maybe SQL Alchemy Helpers probably has it. Ah, yes, it has all that. That's good. Okay, let me open a file. No, not that. Let's open a new file. Wait, what happened? I do not know. Let us open libs. Where's libs? Libs. Workflows main. And just leave me alone, thank you. Okay, so I just want to open that so I can copy the upload process, or the build and upload process. That's going to be, oh yeah, I do not want that because I want the one. Yeah, this one has a smarty way of getting the changelog in the, right, because it's using the release notes. And we don't have any. Okay, so let me look at another one. For example, I think we have Flask mode author JSS API that doesn't have a changelog here. GitHub release. Oh, no. So Mobot Fedora has it. Source probe GitHub action, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Yeah, and what does it say? Mobot Fedora has it, but does it have a changelog? Oh yes, draft equal true, pre-release, body. Yeah, I don't want that. That's fine. I'll just adjust it. It's fine. It's fine. This one, does it have a change log? It has a, it's using Downcry, that's fine. Hey Griddlemal, how are you doing? Nice to see you here. All right. So yeah, so there's a couple actions here that we could use to publish automatically to PyPI when there's a release, actually. And that would be nice and would be useful. So I'm going to copy that, I think, and make some changes. For now, let's start with this. I want also to change my GitHub action. So what else? What do we have here? Okay, that's CI. It's actually not CI, but that's fine. Let's call it CI and publish. It's only CI now. So it's running the tests, that's fine. So now I have an action that will build the distribution. It needs just the tests. It outputs, in theory it should output the release notes, but I don't think we're going to do that. So let's remove that. The steps are checking out, setting Python, installing build a binary on this. Okay, that doesn't change, that's fine. We don't need poetry, I think. Build is enough. Store the distribution package. So here we're using upload artifact v3 because the new version that GitHub has published, v4, has broken a lot of workflows and works differently. But I'm going to try to switch to v4 just for this example. Happy New Year to you too. How are you, Diego? Right. So there's someone who has this. Oh, let me change the. Put it here. It's going to be clearer. So Heineck has adapted his example for the new download artifact and upload artifact things. And I'm going to reuse that, I think. So I think the v4 would be enough. We can use v4 here. Upload artifact 4. I think it fails if you have multiple, if you try to re-upload many times. Or maybe not. But that was a long discussion. Okay, we want to upload an entire directory. Upload artifact v4, name of the artifact, path to artifact. That's fine. Good. Extract and save the version. We don't need that, I think. Extract the changelog section. That's what we are not going to do. If I look at the one in Malbots, that's deployment, blah, blah, blah. Okay. GitHub release. Oh, it does have this already. That's not good. That's weird. I thought it was present in other I'm surprised. Oh, maybe it's called YAML with... Aha, there you go. It's not called YAML with an A in the file name. Okay, so there's one about the Fedora messaging Git hook. That's one that I have changed recently, or rather recently, I think. So it should be more current. Do we have the... it's still extracting the changelog. Okay, this one has release notes. Okay, I want one that doesn't have release notes. What about Flask Health? Or this one? Or this one? Ah, that's the thing. Generate release note. That's the one that's the thing that I was looking for. Oops, sorry. Right, so we're using it in Flask Health and in Flask mode auth GSS API. And in the... Oh, this one is probably better because it's also a GitHub a Fedora messaging schema. Okay, so we're building the distribution, right? Storing the distribution packages. It's all good. Published to PyPI. Yeah, there's a protection here. So changelog, no. So we're not extracting the changelog, not at all. Not showing the changelog is as well. Then we're publishing to PyPI. We need the build for that. That's good. Well, there's a protection against only publishing only on final tags, like not RC. Okay, we're definitely not SQL Alchemy helpers. This is called Koji Fedora messaging messages. Let me check that it's actually correct. Yes. Yes. Good. And then we'll do the trusting publishing thing. Okay. Download all the... So we're doing download artifact v4. Publishing distribution to PyPI. I think that is good. And can we use a path on the download artifact? So download artifact. Okay, I have a name, right? I need path now. Path, destination path. Okay, good. So it's downloading to the dist, that's good. Publishing, that's good. Creating the release. Okay, it needs to have the publish. It's only creating the release if it has been published to PyPI, that's good. Download artifact v4. Same thing. And now it's signing them with SigStore. I suppose that's correct. Creating the release, including the files, making it a draft. And no, that's not correct. We want fail on unmatched files to be true, that's good, and generate release notes to be true. and we don't want this. So when generating the release notes, files, and it's making a draft. I don't think we need to be a draft. That's fine. Okay, that's the new main value. I don't think we need that. So this is going to be a bit more complex, but hopefully it's going to publish automatically when we make a change. For that, we will need to have trusted publishing here. So trusted publishing is something that happens. Let me connect first. Yes, definitely not click that. All right, it's going to ask me for my key. Just a second. Okay. Right, but that was definitely not where I was before. Okay. Yeah, no, not now. Thank you very much. Trusted publishing goes to, I need to manage this project. Publication. Oh, it's already there. Okay, I already have that. Cool. So it's already up. I just didn't have the action to do it, I think. Let me check that I actually have it in the environments. Yeah. So I need PyPI. I think that's all I need. And now, no, thank you. And I think that's it. Oh, that doesn't work. There's test didn't pass. Oh, the RPM failed. Why? RPM failed to build. What happened? Logs. Thank you very much. Long. Very long. Setup.py, no such file or directory. Well, yeah, it is true that there is no setup.py here because we are building from not from the sdist. We are building from the Right, so how should I do that? So there's something wrong here, but it's not very important, but I should fix it anyway. There's something that makes the spec file. Okay, that's good. But how do you... So I suppose packet here should be building files to sync, packet, spec file path, that's good. So it's building, it's making a make spec. Okay, the archive, yeah, that's it. Poetry build. Right, so if I do this, you're telling me that there is no setup.py? That's weird. I'm surprised. Leave me alone for now. There is no setup.py if I do that. I thought that Poetry would build the setup.py. Make spec. Oh yeah, it doesn't. Interesting. Interesting. So apparently newer versions of Poetry don't build the setup.py. Is that an option that I could add to it? Maybe? Yeah, no, not that. Is that a new change in Poetry? Because, I mean, I think, ideally what I would do is update the spec file to not use, but it's using Py3 build already. I should probably upgrade it to use the new macros that support Poetry. However, I want that to be runnable, or to be installable, I should say, on whatever, yeah, I want that to be runnable by the Koji machine, which is still a bit old, and I don't think, maybe that's not a problem because that's a build time issue, and then the RPM will be just installable wherever. Yeah. Or maybe that's going to fail because, yeah, because we're building it. I don't think those macros are available on the old version of RHEL that Koji runs on. So yeah, I can't use newer things. I should probably just generate the setup.py file that that Poetry used to build for me. I know it used to do that, but okay, yeah, not that. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's a bit annoying. Yeah, it is a bit annoying. On which distribution is this building? Fedora 39, so I'm pretty sure that we are good to go with the newer macros, but yeah, in the end, I want to send it. What versions of Apple do I want it in? It's only building for Fedora latest stable. Yeah, I'm really tempted to use the newer macros because I'd be done with it and it would be, everything would be simpler. But I mean, because those messages that we have identified here, they are using, yes, they are using this. Okay, that's good. Or I do it differently in the RPM. Like, what's the history of this? I should probably have a look at that. Right, because what is the minimum version of Apple that I want to target? Yeah, maybe I'll look at that later, no? I don't know. Would have been nice if I could, yeah, sorry, I removed that, but I'll put it back. Would have been nice if there was an option for poetry. Like, okay, what else? Yeah, of course. What are the changes? Changed, okay. Poetry no longer generates a setup.file in by default. Oh, so okay, I need to set tool.poetry.build in pyproject.tuml. Really? Is this gonna work? Well, okay, let's stash our changes and just make this change that they're asking us. Tool.poetry.build. What is that? Yeah, that's the one. Okay, fine. I accept. Tool poetry. Okay, that's the end of the tool poetry things. Generate setup file. Okay. Now let's try to run it again. No, not with the help, of course. This. Okay. And let's have a look at the contents of this. Aha, setup.py is here again. Okay, let's hope that it's gonna work now. So, changes, I'm gonna add that. And I'm going to make a separate commit. this is useful for older versions of where we don't have the newer RPM macros. Okay. Okay. I should just be able to push it. Not used with, I'm not used to all the, yeah, sync changes one that should have been sufficient, but that's fine. Okay, now let's wait for the action to run again. Until then, I'm going to make a quick pause to go to the toilet, and I'll be back soon. Can I like hide this for now? Yeah, maybe. And I'm back. Okay, so still running. All good, all good. Okay, so it's running. Does it sound okay? Because I changed something. Hope the sound is okay. Anyway. So it's building, at least the tests worked. So if that works, then we're going to get back to working on the workflow thing. And hopefully that would work. Did I forget one of the artifacts to v3? No. Fine. Okay. Yeah, it all worked. Okay, so I'm gonna merge that. Yeah, thank you. I'll delete my branch. Rebase on this new change. And now I only have this, and I'm going to try and push that. So this means that now I should have, excuse me, I have a quick call. Sorry about that. That was a telemarketer, but I couldn't know from the number that it was it's annoying. Fine. All right. So. All right. What else was I going to do? Yes. Okay. So now it should have the workflow to publish automatically to PyPI, and I'm going to test it by making a tag, obviously. So how do you make a tag? Well, there are several ways you could do that. The easiest, I think, is to just say, so just look at what changed since the last version. So what was the last tag? Last tag was 122. Okay. Git log v122 until now. What did we do? So, okay, we know that. Oh, let's make that bigger. So, okay, I just did that. Fine. Fine. Update the dependencies, update dependencies again. Lots of dependency updates. Tons of dependency updates. Okay. I should just filter, remove the renovate bot from the output of git log, but that's fine. Okay, drop the dependency on mock and validate depths. That's fine. Update dependency. Okay, so it's a minor version, like the minor version. There's just functional changes, or is it like a bug fix version? I'd even say it's a bug fix version. So, poetry version patch, and it's going to edit my version to 123. That's the change, and now that should be all. I'm just going to commit that. Version 123. Do it, and I'm going to create a tag. I'm not sure it works in Visual Studio Code, to be honest. I'm going to do it by hand on the command line because I want it to be signed. So okay. So let me now push. Well, let's make sure that yeah, it succeeded. There wasn't any. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. So now I'm up to date. Oh yeah, there's a, okay. That's why. Okay, Renovate has picked up that there was a change and has updated the GitHub action. It's fine. It's all good. Thanks. Thanks for being so fast. Oh, so it's going to update setup Python to v5 now. Okay, I'll wait for all that to pass. Then we'll have version 1, 2, 3. I'll push it, and hopefully when I push the tag, the GitHub action is going to pick it up and build it and publish it on PyPI. But right now there's this that is going on. Okay. Gonna have to wait for this one. It's detecting all that. That's good. There's still something wrong with this GitHub action, no? I mean, it shouldn't show me... Like there's... That's the original one that I copied it from. Push pull request. Okay. While here I have push pull request workflow dispatch. I don't know why it has pull request and push. That's a bit too much. It's really unnecessary. I mean, that's a pull and a push and a pull request, but yeah. Oh yes, I was muted. Thank you very much. I don't know why I did that, but that was probably before. So yeah, I was saying next steps to production is making sure that this push to this publishing on PyPI, this automatic publishing on PyPI actually happens. And when that happens, there's going to be a Renovate update to FMN that's going to pick it up and update the locked dependencies in FMN with this new version. And when that happens, then we'll be able to push the FMN change to staging, and if it's all correct, push it to production. And only then will the small change of understanding the agent name better be available to everyone. So that's not going to happen today, however. So I think I'm going to stop there. I would like to make sure that this build and publish to PyPI and create release workflow works correctly. That's the test here. I don't know where I am in this process. Tests are done. It's building the distribution. Okay, we're getting there. Took 2 minutes to run the tests. Done. Publishing to PyPI now. Okay. It failed. Why? Valid token, but no corresponding publisher. Huh. Koji, Fedora messaging, messages. Isn't that on PyPI already? So what's the deal? It should have trusted publishing already. Koji, Fedora messaging, messages, yeah. Workflow is mail. Mail! No, it's not mail, it's main. Oh no. Typo. Okay. We'll get there. Is it YML? Oh, there's, yeah. Okay, there's an A in there. Do it. Okay, and now, no, this one. Yes. Can I restart this, please? Rerun the job. Fingers crossed. Done. Yes. And now creating the release in GitHub. That should be fast. Done. Okay. So in theory, we should have a new release here. V123. That's perfect. What changed? Lots of, yeah, all the commits by renovate in blah, 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 blah. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. And I get all those. Okay, that's cool. And if I get back to my Koji Fedora messaging message, it's 123 again. 1 minute ago. Okay, we're all good. Ah, nice. That's gonna make our workflow simpler. I think that's all. Let me shut that down. And yes, hello. All right, I think that's pretty good. It was a small fix, but I think it's going to be useful to a lot of people that because they either get all the notifications from their own actions or don't get the notifications when the build is done, which is a bit too bad. Hopefully that's going to make things better for everyone. And I plan on finishing a few things on FMN and publishing it to staging early next week, I should say. And probably having a version of on production somewhere in like next Tuesday maybe or something. That's my plan. All right. All right. Well, I think that's all. Thank you for joining. Again, it was nice to have interaction with people here. There's a few of them, so that's cool. And thanks for Crossbow. Thanks for Diego to have talked in the chat. That was cool. And I'll see you next week, and we'll see what we do next week. But it's always, we never know. So see you next time, and have fun. See ya.